Jules Verne's timeless classic, Around the World in 80 Days, is one of my favourite stories, harking back to a time when the world was growing and being a lot busier, but not in its crazy form as it is right now. So to see it in silver is great, and this is a fantastic offering. We're going to have a good close look at it today and find out what it's all about from the Astur Mint. Welcome to a good close look and review of the second in the Around the World in 80 Days coin series by the Astur Mint. This is the train trip leg, and it's a very cool piece indeed. We're going to have a good close look at it and find out what it's all about. First up, a huge and massive thank you and welcome to the Astur Mint on our channel as a sponsor. In openness and transparency, they have gifted me this coin to keep, which is very generous, and a huge thank you to them for that. But as with all sponsors that we work with here on the Backyard Bullion channel, that is in no way a quid pro quo. I'm simply here to present the coin. I don't get any kickback if you go and buy it. Simply, if you like it, you can do so and get it yourself. There is a link in the description box below to their email, which is info@asturmint.com, where you can then look to purchase this particular coin. So a huge and massive thank you to them for sponsoring our channel, and let us know what you think about this particular coin and product, its presentation, and everything about it down in the comment section. I know that the Astur Mint will be looking for that feedback and comments, and it will be really great to share it with them. So, with that said, let's have a look about what we get. This is a very, very cool piece indeed, very nicely presented in a very high quality. I've not seen a highest quality as this presentation box. I mean, the box for a lot of people doesn't really make a huge amount of difference, but when you're paying a premium for a product, and let's not ignore the fact that this is a premium product, you want to make sure that you're getting something of high quality, and this is really nice, very well presented indeed. There's the Astur Mint logo on the back. Love the artwork is fantastic. Of course, celebrating the famous Jules Verne books, the Around the World in 80 Days story. Inside the cardboard sleeve, we have a really, really high quality and nice wood box. I've seen some really bad ones in my time. This is not one of them. It's really very well made. It feels sturdy, heavy. It's got some heft and weight to it. Nice felt bottom, so really good for presenting your coin. Inside the box, we have the coin itself, which is very securely housed in a nice recess. That is not coming out on its own accord. We can turn it upside down and shake it. It is not coming loose at all, which is what you want. The capsule lid is very securely on, and we'll actually be opening that in a moment. But really nice presentation. The COA at the back here as well. Now, there is a small error on this COA, which I've been informed about by the Astur Mint, and they just wanted me to mention it to say that they are aware that this is an error. It is not a $7 coin, it is a $5 coin, and that will be rectified, and the COA, the new one, will come out to me with that mistake rectified, and all COAs that come out to customers that purchase this coin will be the correct one. So that's what they just wanted me to share. But it's a really high quality COA with some additional information there on the back about Jules Verne and his adventure novel, the Around the World in 80 Days. So really nice to see. The rest of the specifications we can see here very quickly. 2023 Nui silver. It's 3 ounces of silver, ultra high relief, antique coloured, and it's got a mintage of 500, with this having a serial number of number 159. So a really, really nice presentation. I have to say it's very well done and presented. And then the coin itself, here we go, in the capsule. It's a very, very high quality capsule, which makes a big difference on these types of products. You want them to be safe and secure. It's almost got a bit of a magnifying lens on it, as you can see. So that's very cool. But my only gripe is it's very difficult to see the sort of high relief nature of it at an angle, because at the angle that you get to, you could see it, it kind of lenses out, so to speak. So that's a small bit of criticism to levy about the capsule, but otherwise it's all fantastic. The design on the coin is great, and we're going to have a good close look at that now. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to crack the capsule open, and we're going to have a look at it out of the capsule. I won't be handling the coin bare-handed before anyone shouts and moans at me. We'll just be keeping it in the capsule. Very, very good capsule, difficult to open. Here we go. So the trick for opening these is to get a very sharp knife and just very gently pry round the edges until you break the sort of vacuum seal on it. And then there's this little spacer, little bit of silicone, so we'll move that out of the way. There we go. There is the Around the World in 80 Days train trip. Absolutely stunning. Really well presented. Very, very, very good. Now, you'll have to somewhat excuse the lighting situation here. It's a very dark, gloomy day. Oh, it's a dark day there. So dark and gloomy is what I'm trying to say. So I'm sort of having to film in non-natural light. But when you look at this in natural light, the beauty of the coin and the subtle nature of the colouring in the background, which is very much, if you notice, it's the sort of the west of the US. It's the journey from San Francisco to New York, of course, on the train. And it's got that sort of motif of that sort of western desert feel to it. And that's a really good look. So very, very nice, very cool. Love there's a little sort of rider there coming down the side of the hills. Absolutely fantastic. So anyway, details of the coin are sublime. As you would expect from the sort of production of coins these days, we can get some absolutely stunning levels of detail. So if we get in even closer now, we can see every single minute piece of detailing on this. It's absolutely incredibly done. Even the railroad tracks look fantastic with the little sleepers underneath. Very, very swish indeed. There's all of the people on the train keeping it going, including those Native Americans, those pesky Native Americans who seem to be chasing after the train. Love the clouds in the background and the eagles and the storm clouds brewing. The details are just second to none. Even the small things on like you see there, the middle, I was going to say chimney breast, but it's not, the middle sort of pipe stoker of the train. Really fantastic. So absolutely fantastic indeed, and a very well presented side of a coin. But it gets better because on the other side, which we're going to very carefully now flip over here, we see the entire story of the Around the World in 80 Days, which is not just about the stagecoach and the train and the ship, but it's about everything. The airship there. We can even see Big Ben, which is where they started the journey, the camels of Cairo. It's just fantastic to have that whole story brought together in the background. So really nicely presented to see both sides of the coin really having that beautiful nature. Maybe it could have been elevated even higher with a bit of colorization on this side as well, but I kind of understand it not being there. This is just meant to be that presentation of the whole story. We can see the seal of Nui as well. This is a kind of cool one. Normally it's like out of place to have these kind of random world mints that are on there, Nui being in the middle of the Pacific. You kind of think, well, at some point perhaps the journey took them to the middle of the Pacific. Of course it did take them to the middle of the Pacific, around the world in 80 days. So that's, I think, a really cool additional feature to sort of think about for this. So beautifully presented, beautifully crafted, and exceptionally very cool piece indeed, I have to say. And the story of Around the World in 80 Days, of course, is a timeless classic by Jules Verne. It really speaks to that history of the world, of where we were, and the globalization that the world was undertaking at that time in history in the 1870s, where train travel was making it very, very possible to get from A to B across continents a lot easier and quicker than it was, and to get around the entire world in 80 days, which was, at the end of the day, the bet that was made and succeeded. It's really, really cool. So love it. I think it's fantastic. And if you are interested in it, then there is one way to do it, which is to email the Astur Mint. Now, I've been told that the reason for that is that they are going to be working with many different distributors, and it's going to be best to find where you're based so that they can give you the best name of a distributor for where you are. So go and check them out. There's a link in the description to the website, as well as to the email address, which is info@asturmint.com. As I said in the beginning of this video, we've been gifted this coin. That's all I get from this. There's no affiliate bonus codes. I'm not telling you that you have to go and buy it and it's going to be the best thing that you'll ever buy. I'm certainly not telling you that it's going to be the best investment product in the world, because as with all of these coins, they're not an investment in the metal. You're investing in the product and the artwork and the absolute story of these coins. So please bear that in mind. That's what I will always say on these types of coins. But if it is something up your street, I think it's a really good piece and a really nice one to boot. In fact, I was just going to have a look and see if the serial number is on the edge of the coin, because sometimes they are for these. I'm not seeing it, so that might be another little small piece of feedback. I don't think I saw the serial number on the actual coin itself. Nice little bit of feedback for the Astur Mint. As with some of the other mints around the world, they are putting serial numbers on the sides of the coins to match with the COA. That would have been a nice extra little feature. But it's not the world ending. It's certainly not a big problem at all. So a huge thank you to Astur Mint for their sponsorship of the channel. Not only did they send me the coin, but they've sent me some other very cool goodies as well that you might have seen in the background. So we've got a wonderful tote bag from them, which is fantastic. We've got a very, very nice high quality thermos flask. It's actually surprisingly awesome. I like this. This is fantastic. So a big thank you to them for that. And then we've got a lovely background sort of coin mat, so to speak, or like big mouse pad mat, which is lovely. So we'll be featuring this in the other reviews that we've got coming up from the Astur Mint. And oh boy, let me tell you, they've sent me some stunning pieces, really stunning pieces. So if you needed, in fact, let's get something back in frame. Here we go. So if you needed no better reason to subscribe to my channel than to see some of the absolute stunners that we have got coming up over the next couple of weeks, then do so now. It really is going to be pretty cool, and I think some of you will really like some of the bars and coins that we've got coming out. But I will say no more on that right now. We will show them in due course. Again, a huge thank you to the Astur Mint for sponsoring our channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much to all the Backyard Bullion Ramblers who've listened to the back end of our video, and thank you to all the Cool Kids Club members. You guys, you know what to do. I hardly need to even tell you what you need to write in the comments box to be officially in the Cool Kids Club members. You need to write 159. Quote that serial number and you will be super extra cool. Thank you very much all for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment,